Mr. Revolver Guy here with dayattherange.com. As you saw in the previous episode, episode number 7 of the mini-series in comparing the Kimber K6s stainless revolver to the Smith & Wesson Model 640-1 Magnum Centennial, I received a few questions around the velocity of true .357 Magnum ammunition. So I went and purchased some of these Leverlution .357 Magnums. I don't know if the camera will focus there or not. But as you can see, they have the flex tip on them, and they are 140 grain. .357 Magnum. I don't know if you can see. Don't know if my camera's going to focus. If you can see the feet per second as indicated on the box. From the muzzle, it says 1,440 feet per second. At 50 yards, 1,274 feet per second. At 100 yards, 1,143 feet per second. So in looking at the cylinder gap on each one of these in the previous episode, the Kimber K6s had a little bit of a tighter cylinder gap than the Smith & Wesson Model 640 Magnum Centennial. So I decided to answer the questions, and we are going to prepare to take the 3 revolvers out to the range today to shoot across the chronograph to see what these 140 grain .357s will actually do. Now, those that have been following the mini-series are aware that I've had a Paxton & Quigley typically on the bench, and it's been replaced by this Smith & Wesson 686 4-inch no lock. And as you can see there, also it is in the safe condition. They all are in the safe condition. Well, the reason I've replaced the Paxton Quigley with the Smith & Wesson 686 4-inch barrel is I'm going to use this as the baseline for this ammunition to see exactly how much velocity loss there is in the snub nose revolvers. Looking forward to traveling out to the range today to see exactly what happens. Again, this is going to be a comparison of velocity shot across a chronograph to see what the difference is between the baseline of a standard 4-inch Smith & Wesson 686 and the 2 snubby revolvers. Again, with the Hornady Leverevolution ammo. Don't know if it's going to focus. Hornady Leverevolution ammo, .357 Magnum, 140 grain with the flex tip, FTX tip. Again, muzzle velocity advertised is 1,440 feet per second at the muzzle, 1,274 feet per second at 50 yards, and at 100 yards, 1,143 feet per second. So, enough with the talk. Let's head out to the range and see exactly how this ammunition performs on these 3 revolvers. Thank you for joining me today, and stay tuned for the range test. Mr. Revolver Guy, dayattherange.com. Mr. Revolver Guy here with dayattherange.com. As you can see, this is going to be episode number 8 in the comparison of the Smith & Wesson Model 640 to the Kimber K6. But I have a little bit of a special treat today where we are going to shoot the Leverlution .357 Magnum 140 grain FTX through both of these revolvers that are .357 Magnum capable to see what the velocity is. But we're going to use a 686 4-inch as the base. Mr. Revolver Guy, dayattherange.com. .357 Magnum Leverlution out of a 4-inch Smith & Wesson 686. Now we're going to move to the Kimber K6s stainless revolver. Before moving on, let's review the string. Now we're going to test the Leverlution in the Kimber K6s from about 4 to 5 yards back. Let's review the feet per second, or this string, from the Kimber K6s. From the snub-nosed Kimber, it seems as if we lost about 200 feet per second. Now, we're going to shoot the Leverlution 140 grain Hornady ammo rated at 1,440 feet per second out of the 2-inch Smith & Wesson Model 640-1 Magnum Centennial. So let's review this string from the Smith & Wesson Model 640 Magnum Centennial. If I am not mistaken, the Magnum Centennial turned in better velocity than the Kimber K6 with the Leverlution Hornady. Mr. Revolver Guy, dayattherange.com. My daughter would finish out the day shooting the Smith & Wesson Model 640 and the Kimber Camp 10 10mm.
Why didn't it go off? There it is.
Thank you for joining me, episode 8 in this mini-series. Mr. Revolver Guy, dayattherange.com.